Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. I'm so glad that you popped by. If you are watching us and this is your first time, well, why not launch your camera app, point it over to that QR code, touch the yellow lips. Lots of great information to help you become a better version of yourself. If you're listening to us on the podcast, then just go to believemeachieve.com. We've got a great guest coming up for you guys tomorrow. Dr. Iacovelli, going to talk to us more about leadership. So really excited to interview him tomorrow, which is, yes, May 1st. And so, I want to thank you for coming back, watching us on the replays. If that's 1 a.m., 1 p.m., 2 a.m., 2 p.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 10 a.m., 10 p.m., 12 midnight, 12 noon, or whenever you're watching us, thank you so much for making Inspirations for Your Life a daily part of your life. Hey, Ken, how are you doing? Savor the flavor of the awesomeness in you, sir. Mr. Suave, debonair, sophisticated gentleman, a stellar, scholarly, well-articulated, eloquently stated, heartfelt, distinguished, dappered human being who is also intelligent, gorgeously handsome looking, and so impeccably well-dressed too. Ken, I'm speechless. That is so kind of you to say that. Well, you are such a kind person. And it's always a privilege and pleasure to be here and also to be able to connect with you here. Thank you so much for those wonderfully kind and really amazing words. So we'll get to our master topic in a second. We start a Saturday with a new master topic and we roll through the week on a Friday. We have a great guest tomorrow, Dr. Steve Iacovelli. So you're really going to definitely want to catch him. And our master topic, is everybody ready for the master topic? Here it is, everyone. Understanding Leadership, Series 2, Show 18, Episode number 2. Understanding Leadership. So Series 2 means we're in our second year. Show 18 and Episode number 2. So when we think about leadership, probably a lot goes through your mind. And so one of the things we want to think about when we think about a leader is not born, a leader is made. Now, they can have characteristics in their genes that can help them become a good leader, but generally, a leader has to be made. And so, when we think about leaders in general, one of the things that a lot of people, kind of flubber over, and that is the fact of leading by example. Your voice is a bit raspy tonight. You know why, Ken? I'll tell you. So today we had a large shoot starting at about 7 a.m. and we went till about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So we did all of our shoots for the whole month of May. That's John the Science Guy, John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur, Super Motivational Fridays. We did JCM Academy Coaching. We did a video inviting people to our first annual Battle of the Bands that's coming up. And we also did a video talking to schools about what they need to know with technology and how to stay safe and also how to cut costs with printing. So we had some really good stuff. But thank you for noticing. I really do appreciate that. It's very kind of you. And so leading by example is important. Somebody has to first figure out what they're doing, and then they can lead by example. You can't lead until you actually know what you're doing. So it's important that you understand what you're doing, and then you can lead by example. All right. Are you ready, everyone? The next important point for a leader, all right, and this is really, really important. You got to make decisions. If you're a leader that says, you know what, I'm going to wait for someone else, or I'll make the decision tomorrow, or I'll make the decision Friday, I'll make the decision next week. You keep putting it off, and that's not a good leader. That's a procrastinator. And eventually that's going to get you into a lot of trouble. Be honest with yourself and with your team. I can't stress how important that is. Another thing that's important is to keep your team a priority. Now, we all know that we have priorities like, family and other types of things in our life, but we have to realize that in our workday, a team is our priority. You can give your team access to you in your personal life. You have to decide what those boundaries are. That's totally up to you. But if you understand how leadership works, and that leadership actually thrives from other leaders. I said to you something very important when we started. You remember what that was? I said to you that leaders are made, not born. That's right. Great leaders are made, they are not born. So, the definition of a leader, okay? Um, and mentor Dr. Paul Hershey defines leadership, and I quote, as working with and through others to achieve objectives. So, people want to be part of your mission, part of your plan. They love it when you involve them. Okay. When you involve them, it kind of, it makes them excited that you're going to use their skills to be part of your project. I'll tell you that leadership happens because of an innate desire. Leadership doesn't just happen to anybody. So you might be saying, John, how do you become a good leader? And that's a great question because, as I said, leaders are not born, they are made. They are made. But a lot of people think that they can just become a leader overnight. You can't. Leadership takes practice. It takes practice. It's important to be a good leader because it will have a dramatically significant impact on you and your employees and their work ethic if we're talking about work. And that can ultimately affect your company's overall progress and, yes, your bottom line. So the way you lead your employees can change employee turnover rates and the general culture of the workplace, all regarding back to things that can contribute to, again, what we said, loss of revenue. Benefits of being a good leader: motivate not just employees, but friends and colleagues to improve. Increase unity between company goals and employees. Instill confidence in employees. Create a positive workplace culture. Now, you might be saying to me, hey, John, I'm positive all the time, but, I lead by just telling people what to do. Is that really a leader if you just tell people what to do? No, that's being a dictator. And if you keep leading like that, people are going to walk out on you. And you might say, well, I'm the greatest leader. I understand you're the greatest leader. But you have to understand that other people want to express their opinion. They want to express what's going on. They want to give you feedback. Now, if you're not open to feedback, that's a problem, right? So lead by example, right? Something goes great, you share that, and other people will want to mimic that. Make decisions. Don't be someone that's just going to put off decisions and be a procrastinator. Be honest and promote open and honest communication with you and your team. That's really important. Keep your team a priority because the main objective of effective leadership is to guide a group of people. It's important to put them first. When they know they're first, they're going to go on a limb for you. Okay? They're going to go out on a limb for you. Why? Because they feel that you care. And if they know that you care, they're going to want to do extra things for you. Now, you might say, well, they never did this for anyone else, but you're different. You're a leader. You're someone who cares about not only your success, but their success. And I have found through all my years in my career that when I mentor people and I help them learn something, they show me a tremendous amount of respect, but they also are very eager to learn more. It's almost like having a piece of brie cheese. Maybe you never had brie before, or some Gouda cheese. And the first time you have the cheese, you're like sampling if you've never had it before. And then you come back for more. So when you have somebody and you mentor them and they're doing really well, they want to come back for more cheese or more wine, right? And it's because we talked about this before, human beings only do things for two reasons, ladies and gentlemen: to avoid pain and gain pleasure. That's it. Those are the only reasons that people actually do anything. Avoid pain and gain pleasure. That's why our hospitals are so busy, because they're trying to get people out of pain. If we understand that, now we know that when we get pleasure, it reinforces, kind of like Pavlov, the dog, and the bell being rung when the dog was salivating, and the steak was being delivered while the bell was ringing. We get a curiosity, but then we also get motivated because of a feeling, and we start to be able to not only believe we can do things, but other people start to believe in us. And see, that's when the power happens. You see my hat, right? Well, if you're listening to us, the hat is Believe and Achieve, or believemeachieve.com. Because if we believe in ourselves, other people will believe in us. If we don't believe in ourselves, no one's going to believe in us. So if you're having a problem getting other people to believe you, I'm going to ask you one question. Do other people believe you? And if they don't, how do you change that? How do you get others to believe you? How? You might say that you've got to tell them, but telling them is not enough. You've got to be consistent. You've got to demonstrate social proof. You've got to be an authority. You've got to be likable. Okay. People want what they can't have. Okay. If you raise prices instead of discounting, the diamond industry will go from where it is to really great. Diamonds are not the scarcest gemstone, but massive marketing campaigns have convinced people that they are so rare and forever. They spent millions on marketing. Today, it's easier than ever to become an entrepreneur. Launch a quick website, order a few hundred business cards, and you're ready to go. Now, that's so easy for anyone to do in thinking about it, in theory, but to actually execute it is another thing. So you could think about lots of things in your life, but if you don't actually make the choice to do it, then it's nothing more than a thought. We learn from The Secret and many other movies that thought is great, but we have to take inspired action. When we take inspired action, we're propelled to go further. When we do one little thing and we see just a little bit of results, like, I got to do more of that. And see, this is the beginning of building a great leader. A leader doesn't just pop out one day and, oh, I'm a great leader. A leader has to go through trials, tribulations, challenges, and experiences to shape him or her. And then by those lessons, they're able to share that with the team. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing, yes, privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you this fantastic evening. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space E Space MRLAY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, bowl of fruit, or a savory plate of dessert. Either way, we'll be grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content to inspire you to take action and, yes, become the leader that you've always wanted to be. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Again, I have a great guest tomorrow, Dr. Stephen Iacovelli, and you're not going to want to miss that. So stay tuned, everyone.